to turn it into a fun day, and then it'll all be over, and it'll be a done day.
Nice.
I just, whatever. 9:14.
You went through the whole range of emotions all in one sentence.
I did. Because this Monday's a little bit different. This Monday's more like a Wednesday because it's a holiday on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Right, so actually, it's more like a Thursday. I'm confused now. Let's just take it over to Jay.
And this is actually one of our nation's, most celebrated and most cherished holidays because it is Veterans Day, a day when we all, you don't just tell our beloved veterans, thank you on Veterans Day. You tell them that every day. You let them, you appreciate them. But, when you serve in the military, and for those who made the ultimate sacrifice, they're to be honored, they're to be remembered, they're to be respected. And the commitment they made is for life, much in the same way as members of a motorcycle club. When you're in, when you go from that prospect phase and you are a member, it is a brotherhood that lasts forever. And we have two members of the Guam Hawgs right now, and a group, gentlemen, Wayne Wixon and Roland Addis, so Hef and Roro, as they're commonly known within the brotherhood. And guys, I've said this so many times, and I never get tired of saying it. I never get tired of spending time with you guys, because you guys are true island heroes. What you guys do is you all say, yeah, we love to ride bikes. We love hanging out together. We share this bond that we have. But so many of your members have served in the military. So you've got that, the commitment, the training, the promise you're making to defend freedom and liberty and everything. And part of your Wounded Warrior ride is another one of the traditions that you now continue as an MC to carry that through. So guys, if you can just kind of break down the history of the Wounded Warrior ride on Guam.
The Wounded Warrior ride is something that we started about 10 years ago, so 12 years ago. To honor the veterans on Veterans Day. We do the ride to, normally when they have the Veterans Day ceremony, we ride to the ceremony and we honor the ceremony itself. They're not having that this year, or they're having it, but it's virtual. So we're doing a ride anyway to visit various sites on the island that related to veterans. We're going to start at the VFW and continue on to Meningan Memorial and go around the island from there.
Yeah, so initially when this first started way back in the day, actually Bill Nelson is the one that started this actual ride from Harley Davidson. And what we did before was the first initial few rides they actually donated to the Wounded Warrior Project in the States. And we finally decided, when Guam Hawgs took over, we finally decided to keep all the money raised here on island for our veterans here on island, because some of the programs that we have for the veterans out there, they don't reciprocate or send anything back towards Guam. So we figure nobody's taking care of our veterans here. Why don't we just keep the money here? And that's how we're starting it. That's how it's been changed. And from about 12 years now, we're keeping the money here and helping all our veterans here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and guys, I know you can't see this, but in the Zoom room right now, but on our live stream, we're actually showing pictures of previous events that you guys have done, and the entire MC coming out, and we've got one of you guys are folding this huge garrison flag of the Great Seal of Guam, and taking part in the veteran ceremony. So there are officers and dignitaries who are at the various ceremonies. We may have it at Veterans Cemetery, but you always see members of your club, the various motorcycle clubs there, because you guys, like I said, you guys made the commitment, you guys volunteered to serve, and you guys still have that character ingrained in you as members of this new brotherhood. But that's always going to be who you are too. So what does it mean for those of you who did serve to be able to continue that tradition and to thank our vets?
For me, I'm prior military, retired Army. For me, it's something that you go out there, you fight, you try and help the people that you're helping out there, and then you come home and you see how much people are suffering here. So then it kicks back in and saying to the fact, or to the point of you see people here suffering, and some of our veterans who've also been there, done that, struggling, and they don't have anywhere to go or anything to do, or they're just stuck at home and they just have a lot of issues, PTSD, issues with family stuff. We're here to try and show them that there are people out here in the bike community that a lot of them have served as well, and they want to give back to the people that they love, and especially their families. If they have sons or daughters or nieces, nephews, cousins, aunts, the family that serve, they want to be able to help them get better and move on and reintegrate back into civilian life for some of them that are retired or that get out.
Yeah, what did veterans tell you guys when they see you guys, do, and it's not just the Wounded Warrior Ride as an exclusive event throughout the year, but you guys do, you guys do the Christmas ride, and you guys contribute to, the pediatric ward at GMH, and you guys help kids, and you guys go into underprivileged communities and neighborhoods, and you guys bring candy to them and presents and everything. When it comes to the veterans, what do they say when they see the work that you guys are doing? And like you said, Roro, you guys took up arms so that you could fight for people who couldn't fight for themselves. And now when you guys are going out there and trying to help the vets, like, what did they say when they see you guys working for them?
Oh, they're very appreciative of the different organizations that we donate to. We've donated to Purple Hearts, the BVA, VFWs, both VFWs are American Legion. I think one year we even did the Gold Star families, and we did a couple, the Iraq, Afghanistan, Persian Gulf Veterans of the Pacific. Can't believe I remembered that. But that was we donated to them a few years ago, and this year we're donating to the Women's Auxiliary and GY671. For those of you that don't know, GY671 has been the veterans organization group here on Guam that started. They did the road march for the veterans on Liberation Day, and they also did a bike ride that same day. And even on Liberation Day, we still, even though there wasn't a parade, the motorcycles, we still did a little parade ourselves down the Marine Corps Drive, like we always do. That was fun. And then again, we this year we're limiting it to 2 different organizations and donations. So all the money that we raise and everything that we are selling as far as shirts and gaiters for this event, all that money goes to these 2 organizations, GY671 and Women's Auxiliary. And they're every time we presented a check to any organization, they're very, very appreciative of everything that we do for them and for our veterans. We don't ask them what they use the money for. It is up to the organization itself to figure out what they're gonna do. And if they tell us, they tell us, but we don't really ask them or require a bank statement of where this money went, stuff like that. It's really up to them.
Well, Hef, let me ask you. Final question goes to you before we go to our next segment. As you know, as the president of the Guam Hawgs, how has the condition of what we've had to do as a Guam community this year, how has that been so challenging, and how have you had to adjust the community service projects that you guys always do? Because so much of it is based on, we want the community to see us riding as one unit and, hear the Harley motorcycles coming to your neighborhood, coming around the corner and everything, and doing that kind of work. So, how have you had to adjust?
Well, it's been extremely difficult, as I'm sure everybody out there understands. Just the simple fact that a lot of things that we do yearly aren't happening. We always do a Memorial Day ride, and we did one anyway, but there was no Memorial Day service to attend this year. And the same with the Veterans Day. We're doing the ride, but there's no Veterans Day service to attend. There was no Liberation Day parade. So we had, as Romo said, we had to do our own. Plus, this has become a constant part of our lives, and our candy run is coming up in December. where we go through the underprivileged housing areas and distribute candy. And we're going through DPW today, or DPH today to put our plan together, because we have to, we've got to bag the candy completely differently. We've got to wear masks and gloves and do it a week ahead of time. We've got to distribute it differently, and we've got to put disclaimers in the bag that it was all done properly. Just everything has become tremendously more complicated.
All right, well, gentlemen, we thank you, and I can never say enough. We have so much respect and admiration for what the MC does and everything like that. So we want to wish you and your brothers in the club at the Guam Hawgs, a happy early Veterans Day. Thank you for your service and what you continue to do for our community now as members of an amazing organization here.
Can I just kind of give a little bit of the event itself? Of
Sure.
What we're going to be doing. So November 11th, which is Wednesday, we're going to meet at the VFW in Jigo, Coast 1509. Showtime is 10:30. We want anybody who's riding to be there before 10:45. All engines will be off. If you are late, please show up and park over at the Bank of Guam parking lot area, so it's not to disrupt the ceremony. We are going to do our own ceremony there. We are having the color guard present. We're going to be retiring a U.S. flag. And the ceremony starts at 11, as usual. Shortly after, we'll do the ceremony, and then the safety brief will be at 11:45, and rollout is at 12. So most of the route that we're going is, again, Benengan, visit that site. We're going to stop somewhere in Inaran, Vietnam Veterans Overlook, in Umatic, Aston Overlook, and then in PD. And then we'll end the ride over at Wild Bill's parking lot. We only ask that people stay in the parking lot and use the restrooms, leave the building alone for just restrooms and stuff like that. No gathering inside. Again, we'll be selling masks, shirts for our veterans. Again, that's the only way we can raise money for our veterans here on Guam. And again, all the money that's raised stays here on Guam. We don't keep, Guam Hawgs does not keep any of the money. All the money is divided between the two organizations we're donating to.
All right, well, gentlemen, thank you once again. And ladies and gentlemen watching us on the link, when you hear the distinct sound of many Harley engines coming through your neighborhood, don't get scared. Don't get freaked out, because it's a bunch of really good guys that love Guam. They're coming to your neighborhood because they want to take care of you, and they've got your back. So,
and they have candy. They're going to have candy this
yes,
holiday season. So.
F and Roro, thank you guys. We appreciate you.
All right, thanks, brother.
There you go, Guam Hawgs with honorary member. Are you an honorary member yet, Jay?
No, I don't even joke about that kind of thing as being a prospect, because I have so much immense respect for these guys.
I want to see. You could ride. Maybe one of them could hooky back you on the bike.
Start.
That's a
Good
possible.
start, right?
Okay, well,
If you have any issues, you can always face backwards.
There is something like that where they have, maybe around this time, maybe like around Thanksgiving every year, all the motorcycle clubs on Guam would tend to have like a unity ride, and they would all get together. I've covered that a couple times. It is amazing to see these guys from different.
Would you guys just let this guy join already? Do you hear what he's talking about, man? Come on, Raw, come on.
Let me get a bike first and practice and everything like that.
You don't got to be jumped in. They give you an honorary pass.